Welcome guys to a new episode of Best House Songs TV. Today we are in Eindhoven and we're shooting a duo Q&A with Jonas, Aden and Brooks. Guys, can you introduce yourself?
My name is Jonas Aden. I just turned 20 years old. I started out with some bootlegs and recently just signed to Spinnin'. And yeah, that's me.
I'm Brooks, I'm 21. I think I'm best known for the tracks I released at Future House Music. For like example, If Only I Could and Pinball.
And how will you describe your type of music?
I think mine is best described like as a mixture between Future House and EDM. Because that's like most people make all Future House or EDM, and I'm like right in between those. So that's probably what my sound is.
And you, Jonas?
I guess I'm just a bit deeper and just like, yeah, just not that hard, but still try though.
So what makes your music different from others?
I think mostly the fact that I spent a lot of time with like small details like percussions and effects and really tried to get down to the professor level. Yeah.
You're both making future house music.
True.
Where do you get your inspiration for the tracks?
I think most of the times, like I said earlier, it's like because I make a mixture of EDM and Future House. Like I used to listen a lot of Future House, and I really love those tracks. And then I listened to a lot of EDM tracks, and I just try to find the best aspects of those tracks. And then whenever I find like really cool Future House tracks or really cool EDM tracks, I just try to combine the best of those in one of my own tracks. And yeah, I just listen to a lot of fresh music and see what works best in those tracks.
Cool. And for you?
I think it's kind of the same thing, but I go not to the more EDM, big roomy kind of thing, but I go like to the more techno scene, for instance, like for percussions and stuff. I get a lot of inspiration from there, and like because in techno and tech house and stuff like that, you need like a lot of detail to keep it interesting. So that's kind of where I draw my inspiration from mainly. Okay.
And when did you find out you want to be a professional DJ or producer?
Well, I think it started when I just like discovered house, and I was like, damn, this is fresh and this is cool, I want to do this. And that really, the fire kind of like burned more and more when I like started seeing all these after movies from Ultra and Tomorrowland, and it was like, that's what I want my job to be like, you know?
Yeah.
Pretty much.
What motivates you every day to become more successful as a DJ or producer?
I think like every time I finish a track, like I feel like every time I release one, it gets better and better because I learn a lot. And then to see that more and more DJs start supporting it and playing at the bigger and bigger festivals. Like for example, last year at Tomorrowland, there was like Marty Garrix played 2 of my tracks in his set, and it saw just all these people like going wild, and that's just like instantly I walked to the studio to make another track because I was like so motivated to make some more tracks to also be played at Tomorrowland or other big festivals, and just give you so much energy to just keep going and to just see everyone go wild on your tracks. I think that's the main part of the motivation.
Where was the best gig you ever played?
I think like I have only played gigs for a year, but I think the best one must have been Hell Deep Stage at Summer Festival this year. That was amazing. Like such a dedicated crowd which really loved everything that you played, and that was amazing.
Cool.
Definitely.
And for you, Brooks?
For me, I think that was King's Day 2 years ago when I recorded my video clip for the track I made with Bass Jackers. It was like in front of 30,000 people, and we jumped on stage, and yeah, the whole crowd just went crazy. Like I started clapping, and like 30,000 people in front of me clapped with me. So it's just the same feeling.
Cool.
Yeah, it was, really was.
Nice. Yeah. With who do you like to collaborate in the future?
Oh, it's so difficult because there's so many from different styles. I'd say like Toby Green is one of the artists I really love at the moment. He's amazing. But also like obviously Oliver Heldens, he always manages to come up with something fresh, which is something I really strive to do myself. So I think I could learn a lot from him.
Okay. You?
Yeah, like you said, that's a difficult question, but I feel like someone I always wanted to collab with is, since I started out with hardstyle, like the noise controllers have been a huge inspiration for me, so I would love to get in the studio with them, but it's getting kind of hard with the styles, but I feel like he's open enough to do that kind of stuff, like experiment a bit with styles, so if that's possible, I'd love to do it with noise controllers.
Nice controls. Are there any new tracks or collabs coming up that you can tell the fans?
Well, we just announced actually our collab, Take Me Away, coming on Hexagon soon. Oops. But yeah, that's like the first, and at least for me, I have several lined up, like, so it's gonna be new music very, very soon.
Can expect a lot.
A lot. The storm has just begun, seriously.
Cool. And from you?
For me as well, I've just been spending pretty much all my time in the studio. Yeah, like Jonas said, we have a collab coming out, maybe another one coming soon. I have a remix lined up, it's gonna be released within a month. Got some, quite a lot of big collabs coming up, but I can't tell anyone yet. I wish I could, but I can't. So yeah, also just a lot.
We have some questions from your fans. One of the questions was, what's your favorite song? And it doesn't have to be house or EDM.
Yeah, that's a really hard question, but I think like the track I never got bored of, and I think that's the one from Cohen Sound called Sly Fox. It's like a totally different track, but that's the only track I never got tired of, and I've been listening to it like for 4 years now. So that's quite impressive, and I just love it. Never gets old.
Okay, cool. And for you?
I think like the track I'm vibing to right now is Chloe, Teenage Craze, the Sachi remix. It's so fresh.
You're always listening to it.
Yeah, right now, and I'm probably gonna get sick of it tomorrow, but that's like my current fire track, yeah.
Cool. And we also get a question from which plugins do you use?
I pretty much only use Spire. Like everyone, I'm telling that is like kind of surprise, but that's a plugin that works best for me. I've been using it for all my synths, my basses, my leads, pretty much everything. So yeah, sometimes Silent or Serum, but my main plugin is probably Spire.
And for you?
I think it's like last year it's become Serum actually, the new craze, but like it's so amazing. You can just dive into it and professor your way around it, so that's endless capability. So that's the number one. And Synthplant actually. It's this weird, crazy plugin, which is hidden gem. Should try it, definitely.
This question is only for you, and it's they asked, how did you came to spinning? And how did you sign to spinning?
Right.
A lot of DJs want to be at spinning, so.
Right. I had like on the first talent EP of Hexagon and the first talent EP of Helldeep. I think they kind of got to, like, their eyes open to me, like, whoa, who is this? And well, we sent in tracks to them, and they were like, nope. And then suddenly I sent Feel My Soul, and they were like, there you go.
Yeah.
So yeah, it just kind of happened like that, cool. Very naturally per se.
And how can people stay in touch from you?
Like pretty much every social you can imagine, like Facebook, Instagram, Snapchat. For me, that's through @musicbybrooks. I think for you, that's Jonas Aden Music.
Jonas
right?
Aden Music, correct.
And do you have any tips as a last question for producers at home?
I think most of the times people want to release their songs too bad. Like we've been doing this for like 5, 6, 7 years or something,
yeah.
And only now it's just starting. And I get a lot of demos from people that like only have been producing for 1 year and already wanting to release them at big labels. But I think you gotta spend a lot more time on your mix down, on making your own leads, getting your own style, and just focus on your music instead of promoting your music. Because if your music gets better, it's way easier to promote. So just focus on the music itself and it's gonna promote itself.
Yeah, exactly. Like I spent almost more than 4 years before I released anything. I was just working because I realized you need to like be amazing to stand out, and it just gets more difficult and more difficult every day. So just keep your head down and keep producing until you can't produce no more.
Cool. We are now on the end of the Q&A.
Cool.
I want to thank you guys for the interview.
Thank you, man. Thank you.
And I hope
Thanks for having us.
Yeah, thank you.